Hello. Look at this. Neato, right? What are you doing? Oh, whatever. Hold on. Trying to figure it out how I'd like to do it. I guess that'll work. Or maybe not. That's kind of okay. Hello. Hello. I can be sideways. I can be frontwise. I can be side to side. So I want to talk about something. And I wonder because I don't know. There are people that are like informants. And you know, if you're like a real drug dealer or something like that, obviously you're not going to want to have those people around at all. You know, I'm not sure. But I've always kind of wondered about it. You know? What? First off, someone who. It's hard to distinguish. You know, someone who would be in the gang stalking world, maybe the terminologies would be different. You know, the gang stalkers seem to be doing something else. But the informants seem to be just low-level criminals that are telling the police every damn thing that they would need to know to be police. You know? And I guess that's okay. That makes sense. But, you know, you're still a traitor. At least to those you would be pretending to be friendly with. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. Now, were I to have a friend who was compromised like that, I don't know how I would feel. So I've begun to think about it. You know what I mean? Not that there's any reason to vet anybody or nothing like that. I like to make my own personal allegiance easier. You know? My personal allegiance is not going to fuck you over. There you go. I'm not going to tell your business. I'm not going to defraud you. You know, simple things like that. You like to know that somebody's not going to steal from you. If you're not going to steal from me, I don't mind you coming over. And, you know, even if you come unannounced, and as long as I don't have to entertain you myself and I don't have to worry about you stealing, it's kind of okay. But if you're some sort of informant and doing something like that, that is not going to work for me. I'm not going to be able to do that. You know? Now, there's a guy that I know, and he's okay. You know, probably more on the wilder side. But as somebody who's not trying to give a fuck about what someone else does, as long as they're not fucking with me, I don't entertain well the time I'm enduring if I'm being inviting because I think you probably just want to fuck some random girl you have on your home away from home trip. You know, I don't know if you're married or not. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me what you do. I don't know your bullshit. But when I believe that it's an intelligence thing, then I don't get down like that no more. And there are some people that I think that are compromised like that, and I don't like that. I mean, I don't even have to be a criminal not to like that. I don't like I don't care for the the deception of your people or your friends rubs me wrong. I don't like the entitlement of it by the way that it sounds. It's very arrogant. You know what I mean? You're gonna go into somebody's space and you think that you could, I don't like that. And I wanted to get a gauge on it. And it's funny because my mind was thinking about this. And this person came over. Now, they weren't invited. But I was thinking about talking to them. Because I'm wondering. I'm having these thoughts. And I just like to get a better gauge of what the fuck's going on in my area. You know what I mean? I'd like to fucking know. Some of the people that are the gang stalkers seem like they're fucking just pieces of shit that are somehow compromised, and if that's the case, then they're snitching people out. I'd like not to be around those people. If somebody gets compromised, do they normally just start fucking becoming one of those people? I never got in trouble in such a way that was even something I had to worry about. All my shit was fucking violence and the like. But I'm pretty happy not to be violent anymore. I'm pretty happy to let go of feeling like I needed to have a gun and wanting to maybe shoot somebody. I'm happy to get over that hill for myself. Because I felt a lot better having a gun for a long time. Just having one being out here. For a long time, it did really help me. For whatever reason. And then at some point in time when I didn't feel like I needed to lock the door anymore at night. Or whatever. I didn't feel like I really needed to fucking pack. And I welcomed it. I embraced it. But now, see, I'm wondering because the way that my ex was whenever I was trying to get at her with the, why would you sell me out like that to the police? It makes me wonder if she was some sort of informant or something with those people. And that what was going on with her dad and her. And if that's why they did what they did the way they had did it. And if that's just the way that it is for them. You know what I mean? Because my want was to not to end up opening back up communicating with her, only for myself to be in a situation like that. And what was weird was, as I get along the line, because I wonder why it freaked her out. Because nothing new happened, It was just that I was pointing out what did happen was real fucking shitty. Because you did lie on the stand. You did lie. Why would that be necessary? You know what I mean? It does boggle my mind that if you're... Let's say somebody fucking assaults me, okay? And I call the police because I was assaulted. You know what I mean? Why would I need to make up other stuff? Why would it be necessary to adjust my... What do I need to add to that? You know what I mean? What would be the point of that? I don't even understand it. And see, I want to understand where people are coming from when, to me, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, if they were trying to acquire a certain amount of charges, that may be making more sense, but I don't know that yet. I'm trying to understand the logic. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not a stalker. I'm not a fucking I'm not a gang stalker, and I'm not a fucking spy. So my understanding of those things doesn't make it second nature to me to know what they do. I do not know what they do. I know that I need to keep my fucking passwords and shit defended for the basic reason that it could be hacked. But I do not hack. I don't try to get into people's fucking profiles. Sorry, I must have pressed the button. What I was saying was, I don't try to do those things. Even when I had a wife, I wasn't somebody that was trying to get into her phone and do all that shit. But then again, you know what I mean? So, trying to get the understanding of what people are trying to do when they're not being truthful, where their motivations are, often boggles me. You know what I mean? With me, I want to find what the truth is of things, and that tends to be my motivation. So to discover the motives of other people, like what are they doing, and how those motives can be compromising their ability to get the truth, is very interesting to me at this time. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I mean, if you're a person like that, do you find yourself compromised in every place? This place where my ex lived is a center of a lot of bullshit. I think it's an evil place. I really do. It's where fucking mom's people come from. Their grandma is Lilith, and it is like a Lilith. You know, over a bunch of women in the family, and they're all witches and fucking some sort of Satanists that believe they're worshiping God, but it's the devil. You know, crazy ass shit. So they're all fucking warped. And now my friends moved over there, and that's triggered me the whole time. And she got in trouble. She got into some kind of trouble. And it makes me wonder if she's compromised, because I don't really want to fucking have nobody fucking that's a direct line to the goddamn police or whatever the authorities are, for whatever fucking reasons, fucking in my friends. Why would you? Why would you? And there's certain things that make me think that. And I don't even have a reason for it. It's not like I've got some sort of operation to fucking protect. I don't like the deception. I don't like the betrayal. Because ultimately in the situation with my ex, it was betrayal. Like, you never had a fucking partner. And that's the way I feel. So I don't want to enter into any type of friendship or partnership or fucking anything with somebody who's compromised like that and gonna be fucking serving the system lords. I've got to give them an intelligence briefing, what everybody's doing in the neighborhood. Oh, fuck that. Right? Fuck that. That's my point. So, if you have any insight into this, let me know. I would also like to clarify, I am trying to be the best me that I can be first. So if I'm clear on what my experience is and I'm truthful, then I can share it with you and feel good. I'm worried about that before I worry about vetting you. And if I feel like I need to, I guess I will, but that's usually further down the line, because if I feel like I'm okay, I don't have to worry about that. But this is the leftover of being betrayed. You're gonna be fucked up a little bit from it forever. You're always gonna be weary, and you're gonna have to be able to deal with that. You're gonna have to be able to recognize how it causes you to respond to things, because you're not gonna be able to be as clear as you could before you found out. You're going to have muscle memory. This is going to affect you. You know what I mean? So, like, it is just because I say I don't need a gun to feel safe, doesn't mean I won't fucking kill someone that's fucking around. Didn't say that. Just might. Don't want to. But I mean, to get past feeling like I needed that to relax or chill out was for me a great step.